Welcome and congratulations. If you're watching this video, that means you are likely been elected or appointed as a study commissioner for the 2024 to 2026 Montana Local Government Review. My name's Dan Clark. I'm the director of the Local Government Center at Montana State University. Myself and the rest of our staff here at the center have been working very hard to pull together resources and support materials to help you be successful as you engage in the local government review. We know that some of you may have been appointed and are just now learning more about this process. We want to let you know that we have your back. We'll make sure that you have all the things that you need to be successful as a study commissioner. For those of you that are just learning about this for the first time, the local government review is something that is unique to Montana. It was adopted in our Constitution in 1972 that every 10 years, local governments can choose to do a review of their local government, with the intent that over time, things change, challenges are presented, and we want to make sure our government is nimble and responsive to the needs of the people of the state of Montana. So by doing this review, what we'll do is we'll look at the existing form of government, how are we operating and structured now, look at alternative structures of government, and decide, is there something about these other structures that might be an improvement upon our current form and plan of government? And then when you come up with that plan or that proposal for the voters, you present that to them on the ballot for them to vote on whether they want to adopt those changes or not. So like I said, we're here to help you understand what that means. What is your current and existing form of government? What are the alternatives, and how do we go about the process of evaluating the existing form and making a proposal in our final reports to the voters? So to help you understand more about this and some of the resources we have available to you, I want to introduce you to Ashley Kent, who is our Associate Director, and she'll explain more about some of the resources and the online training that we have developed for you. Ashley?
Thanks, Dan. Hi, everyone. We're so excited that you've decided to be a part of this journey. Like Dan said, I'm going to give you just a little bit more information about what to expect in the coming weeks as far as the materials and support we're going to offer to help you be successful. We really have two major areas of support. The first is the in-person orientation workshop that we'll be doing in early December. And the second is an online course that will be full of all kinds of resources and material for you. So Dan and I will be offering in-person orientations at set locations around the state in early December. One or both of us will be hosting at each location depending on where it's at and how our schedules interact. So we will be in Shelby on December 5th. We'll be in Kalispell on December 10th. Also in Sidney on December 10th. We'll be in Billings on December 11th and in Bozeman on December 12th. So Shelby, Kalispell, Sidney, Billings, and Bozeman are our stops for the in-person training. Now, it's a one-day orientation, and it's designed for the study commissioners, the ex officio members, and any support staff. We encourage you to attend one at a location near you if you are able to. It should be really helpful in getting you set up with kind of the basics and the fundamentals to get started on the right foot. We also highly encourage you to consider participating in both the in-person and the online training. They will complement one another. So a lot of the content may be similar, but some of the conversations and things we'll cover will be different and unique in each of those settings. So we really encourage you to consider both. Now, the online course, it will open in mid-November, so you will have access to all of the information before we get to that in-person training in December. But the first unit is not due until December 20th. So we're giving people time to sign up, even if they don't know about it, until we get to the in-person training. I'll have Dr. Lydia explain more about that in a moment. Along with the online course, participants will have access to webinars that the LGC will be hosting between January and March. They are on specific topics that should be timely and relevant as you work through the study commission voter review process. We'll also have dedicated time during those webinars for Q&A, so it's a chance for the study commissioners to ask questions and learn from one another, as well as us and the resources that we provide. My favorite part about the online course is that it provides a plethora of resource documents, checklists, templates, examples, all the things that you need to be successful. Dr. Lydia Mons has worked really, really hard to create an online course that will be useful for you now and throughout the process. Once you're done with the voter review process and you get to the final report, there's some guidance on that, and we'll have lots more details later. But just so you know, the final report needs to be a copy held at your local office. 2 copies need to be submitted to the Department of Administration. And then we would like a copy here at the local government center so we can keep that information in our historical records as well. Finally, we will also be asking all study commissioners to participate in some evaluation and feedback surveys and conversations once we get to the end of the process. We at the center want to make sure that we are providing the best support, material, resources, training that we can to help the local study commissions be successful now and in the future. So we are already planning for round 7 in 2034, and we want to see how we can improve. So watch for that as you get to the end of the study commission process. We would love your feedback. Now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Lydia Mons, Associate Specialist here at the Local Government Center, and as I mentioned, the architect and mastermind behind the course. Lydia, do you want to give them some more information?
Thanks, Ashley. Hi, everyone, and welcome. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the online course I created and wrote, the basic structure of the course and what you can expect as you're working through it. So it's a 6-week, 6-unit course, and each unit covers a different aspect of the local government review process. We'll start with the role of the study commission, looking at the statutory requirements for your role. We'll look at the review and context, and then give you some in-depth information on the power of form and plan of government. We'll look at the 6 alternative forms and actually have a unit devoted exclusively to the charter form because it is such a unique and complicated form. We'll look at evaluating the form of government once you get to that point in the process, engaging and educating the public, so everything from open meeting laws to parliamentary procedure to facilitating meetings. And then we'll close out the course with a unit on writing the reports and completing the process. Possible permutations you might face depending on if your study commission makes any recommendations and if voters choose to adopt those recommendations. So the course is a semi-asynchronous course. This means that while each unit has a weekly deadline, you'll have the freedom to complete the required elements when it's convenient for you within the space of that week. And there are 3 required elements for each unit. There'll be a learning assessment, so a quiz in some form or other. There'll be discussion forums, and we'll ask you to post one unique post and then respond to someone else's post. To that end, you'll also be assigned to a cohort. So when you register for the course, we'll enroll you and we'll send you to a cohort in order to avoid any issues with quorums. And this cohort will be the group that you'll be communicating with through the discussion forums through the duration of the course. But we also very much hope and strongly encourage you to utilize the discussion forums even beyond the duration of the course and into your duration as a study commissioner. To that end, I should note that you'll have access to all of the course information and resources and to this discussion forums for your duration as a study commissioner. So you'll be able to go in there and kind of pull your knowledge and resources as you're working through those discussion forums. The course will become available in mid-November. It will officially start in mid-December and will run through till the end of January. So when it opens, once you register and we enroll you, we encourage you to go in there and check out the platform. Make sure you are familiar and comfortable with navigating through the course so that when it officially starts, you'll be ready to go.